Welcome to the Fermented Homestead. If you're new here, my name is Anna, and on this channel, I'm sharing our journey of learning how to turn our home into a homestead. Today, I'm bringing you along for the first day of my preparing to fast for a week. I am doing this along with my friend Heather Cohen, and you can go ahead and check her out. I'll link her down below. She's going to be doing a fast with me, and we are both just preparing ourselves by getting into ketosis. I'm mostly in ketosis right now. I've been kind of doing a kind of teetering on the edge of carnivore, and so it's not going to take a whole lot to push me over the edge. I tested myself this morning. I have 0.2, which is pretty low, but it's still there. It's still present, and I wasn't fasted. I'm preparing myself by doing intermittent fasting in the morning. I just had black coffee this morning, nothing in it, no sugar, no creamer, nothing, no, not even any stevia, none of that kind of stuff. And then I had some San Pellegrino bubbly water. I had one bottle of that. And then I did not eat until about 2:30. So that's one way that I'm preparing myself so I don't just wake up like ravenously hungry. That's a great way to do it. Another thing that I'm doing is I'm actually loading, and I'm not really like super loading, but I'm definitely getting myself very full at every meal with beef. And that's what I'm doing right now. So I figured I'd go ahead and bring you along. Today is Friday, and our fast is going to begin on Monday. I've been demolishing this steak right here. And as soon as I finish this one, I'm probably going to do maybe a pound of ground beef for dinner. I'm just going to kind of bring you guys along here. I have about 3 days of preparing, well, the rest of today plus 2 more days to prepare for the fast. I think the most important thing, well, apart from not eating while you're fasting, but second most important thing that you can do in order to ensure that you have a successful fast is to prepare appropriately. You can just like, right this second, I'm just going to stop eating, but you're going to have a hard time of it. The best thing that you can do is get yourself into ketosis, load ahead of time with some good quality animal proteins, especially ruminant animal proteins, and just kind of prepare yourself intermittent fasting so you don't wake up ravenously hungry. And I mean, those are really my top 3 tips. Really. I mean, that's the best thing that you're going to do. And then while you're to prepare, and then while you're actually fasting, the best thing tip that I got for you is don't dwell on food. You do not dwell on it. You sit there and you're staring at somebody next to you who's eating. Whatever. I'll eat next week. You know, it's not a big deal. You have to get yourself in the right mindset in order to have it not be miserable. You can do it. Absolutely 100%. You can do it without preparing. You can do it however way you want to. But if you want it to not be absolutely miserable, you do need to think about it ahead of time. You do need to prepare for it. And you don't have to take my tips, but take them into account. I'm assuming that's why you're watching this video. So I'm going to go ahead and eat my steak, and I will bring you guys back. I'll bring back for anything that I do that's kind of fast related for these 3 days. Okay, so I'm planning on starting my fast on Monday, the 17th of October, which means the 23rd, Sunday the 23rd, is gonna be my last day of fasting. And I'm actually leaving on the 26th for like a 5-day trip to Florida. And that 5-day trip to Florida will not involve fasting. It's probably going to involve some food I probably shouldn't eat and some things I probably shouldn't drink. So not a lot of it, but enough to where I want to make sure that I'm fully refed. So that leaves me about 3 days to refeed, which is more than enough. You need about half the amount of time that you actually fast. You want to reserve for proper refeeding. And I'm going to be properly refeeding myself beef. I'm going to go right back to what I was eating before. And my main reasons for doing this is mental clarity. I want to lose weight, and I want to kind of kick my butt into gear, kick my body into gear, and really just kind of reset some bad habits that I have, and kind of just reset my microbiome to kick the sugar out. You know, like the best way to kick the sugar out is to not have it. And the best way to do it as quickly as possible, get rid of any withdrawals or anything like that, is fasting. Done properly, of course. So anyway, I'm gonna eat my steak before it gets too cold, and I'll see you guys back here later. All right, so today I forgot to kind of bring you guys along for everything that I was eating because I've just been insanely busy. But I've been eating meat, mostly beef, and not much of it, unfortunately. Yesterday I had a pound of beef. I just got patties. So since today is the last day that I'm eating and I'm starting my fast in the morning, I'm really trying to eat quite a bit to kind of get through the first couple of days there, and it's all just carnivore. It's all mostly like ruminant, like including like pork, because I got some sausage this morning. But my goal is to have 3 meals today. I'm gonna have this meal here that I already have. I just got it from Sonic, and it was just some patties, and I know the cheese is not great, but I got 4 sausage patties, 2 pieces of cheese, and then 2 of these eggs. So normally if I was not getting ready to fast tomorrow, I might have a little snack, but that would be about all I would eat for the whole day. So basically what I'm doing right now is called loading. You really want to make sure to emphasize the fats. I'm gonna try to, but so I'm gonna try to, but ultimately I'm just eating meat. That's where my focus is at today, and just trying to get myself super filled up so that the first couple days of a fast will be much easier. So I'll see you guys back for meal number 2 later today, which is most likely just gonna be beef patties. All right, guys, so I know that I told you that I would bring you guys back for my next meal, and here we are. It is almost 11 o'clock. It is 10:51 at night. So I ate breakfast about 8 o'clock this morning, something like that. And I've been wanting to eat since like 4 o'clock. Well, really, I should have eaten sooner, but like I was starting to get hungry at 4 o'clock, and I couldn't stop, couldn't slow down. This is all kinds of mess. Wow. So anyways, we're home, and we're going to munch on this steak. This has gotta be at least 1.5 inches thick, maybe 2 inches. And then we'll fill the gaps with some ground beef if we need it, and that's it. Then we're not gonna eat for another week. All right, so I took a shower, and I got all my stuff cooked up, so I'm ready to go ahead and to eat my last meal of the week. So I have my steak here, and then a pound of ground beef, just cooked in taco seasoning, and a little bit of butter. So I'm just gonna go ahead, and I'm still waiting for the steak to rest. I still have about 4 minutes left on that. So I'm just gonna eat some of the ground beef until the steak is ready, and I'm just gonna get through as much as possible. It definitely would have been ideal to have this kind of split up. So it should have been 2 meals. So we're just gonna stuff ourselves as much as possible. I should note, I've done this, having this approach both with carbs and without carbs. And if you do this sort of like loading the day before, when you're eating carbs and you're not in ketosis, you're gonna have a miserable fast. That's been my experience. Doing it this way, it kind of just, it fills you up for a while and makes the first day just a little bit easier, you know, like you kind of get used to not eating, and it just, it carries you over until like you get the chance to get kind of in the mindset of not eating. That's kind of the purpose of it. It fills you up. Eating these sorts of foods before your fast, in my opinion, and from the things that I've looked into, it kind of, it primes your body. Like it fills your nutrient stores, and it just gets you ready to go, especially if you're doing it properly and not just eating at 11:30 at night. Anyway, I'll let you know how much I end up eating. I want to make sure that I'm telling you, I'm just showing you what I'm doing through the process that I've done in the past, some of the research that I've done. This kind of just seems to be the best way to fast, and if I'm wrong, I'll let you know at the end of it. But it worked for me really well last time, so I would anticipate it'll work well this time. So just know, I'm not telling you what to do, I'm just telling you what I'm doing. All right, so I was not able to eat as much food as I needed to, but I'm gonna tap out because I have zero interest in eating any more food. So I did finish the steak, mildly begrudgingly, I have to say. Like I could have stopped like with at least a quarter of that left and been just fine. But anyways, the purpose of it is loading, like you're supposed to stuff yourself. So, but I didn't eat a whole lot of that. I maybe ate a third of that, maybe, and I don't even think it was that. So I'm just gonna put that in the fridge. Hubby's gonna have it. It's got nice taco seasoning to it. It's actually quite delicious. So I'm gonna go floss and brush with toothpaste for the last time for the next week, and I'll see you in a second. All right, so we're all finished. You might be wondering, why does this crazy lady not brush her teeth when she's fasting. I do. However, I don't use anything sweet. All toothpaste that I found have a sweet flavor to it, and that sweet flavor can really make fasting more difficult. It can also break your fast, basically through the activation of insulin in response. Even if it's not sugar, if it has a sweet flavor, your body will oftentimes break its fast. It might not, and it just, in my experience and the things that I've read also have kind of led me to that conclusion. It's just not worth it. So I use baking soda, and baking soda is a great way to brush your teeth. You can, I'm sure there's other things that you can use, but that's just what I use. So let's go ahead and start our fast.